So what's good, guys? I'm back with another video. As I promised you guys, I'll be dropping videos upon videos upon videos upon videos. So in my last video I talked about purchasing a Profim challenge. So a week has been over. I've been trading it for a while. So I'm about to show you guys my PNL and the trades I took. Actually, I'm up 3%, so that's good. Out of 8%, I need 8% to pass phase 1. Hold on, let me close my drop. Yeah. So I'll show you guys the trades I took, and I could have passed this trade. Like, I could have passed this challenge in 2 trades or even 1 trade. But it's trading, man. Psychology, emotions, FOMO, all these things take place when you're actually dealing with real stuff, if it's not demo. So let's not talk much. Let's dive deep into the videos. Let's dive into the chart. Let me show you guys the trades I took and break it down. So the first trade was on GDP USD, a nice trade. So this was the trade idea. Price was uptrending. We had this higher high, higher low, higher high. Price failed to cross this higher high, right? So I had the idea that it's either price was going to reverse or price will come to any other demand zone to take more liquidity or to grab more orders before moving to the general direction, which is what which is uptrending move or anything gonna you call it. So with that being said, I went down to the 4-hour chart. And as you can see, you can still see this trending move upwards. We have this higher low, higher low, higher, and we broke this structure right here. We broke this low right here. So I was like, let me just capitalize on this what sells, because price was failing to break higher time frame, higher points on the higher time frame. So price would either come back to a demand zone, which I identified this demand, to either take more orders, which happened perfectly. So this was the trade I took, this trade actually. So it was a loss, but it was price went straight to my direction, but it took me out by I think 2 points or 3 points. It was a painful loss, but it is what it is. So as you can see, this break of structure I've marked right here. Price went up and broke the structure. Then I highlighted what this supply zone, waited for price to come back, and I think I went back into the 1-hour chart for extra confirmation, because I didn't want to just go into the trade like that. So the extra confirmation also happened. I looked for the same reversal, another break of structure. Then this was the demand, the little demand zone. This was where I was looking to sell from. This zone right here. So as you can see, my stop loss was a bit tight. It was way too tight, and price ended up going through it before giving me all this huge move. Ended up in a loss. That's crazy. So price just tapped me out at like a very small point. It just went out a little bit before coming back into my zone, without going back into my direction. Like, it was a painful. I was sitting here and I was like, okay, maybe my whole trade ideology was wrong. Meanwhile, it was perfect. It was perfect. My entry messed me up, and my stop loss was a bit tight. It's all good. It's all good. This is trading for you. I'm actually learned a lot from this set of trades I took this week. I've never learned much more in any other trading week than this week actually. So it's a good loss. In my books, it's a high profitable trade. High probability, like it's very high. It has all my key points, and I like this loss. So let's head into the next trade. Let me explain what happened there too. Now I hope you guys are able to see well. My next trade was on gold, which I took that trade on Tuesday. So on a daily time frame, you can see we have trending for a bit right here. Price formed this zone but failed to go downwards. Price came back into it and tapped. Price came back in. So price was just hitting this zone multiple times. So it's, to me, price wanted to go higher, but it was failing to break this. It's like, let's say this resistance right there, right? So price was failing to break it, but I went to the 4 hour and saw something interesting. So on the 4 hour chart, you can see we are deeply what we are in a deep bullish move right here. You can see the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So price tapped into this zone, then it spikes, it goes down, but failing to break what any higher lows, meaning we are still what in the correct trend of the market, right? So as soon as price came into it once more, it tapped one, I think it tapped 1 2 3 times. So the third time, this is what I did. So I wanted to follow the trend. So upon the third time, which was somewhere here, I said, okay, then let me just look for a demand zone, because since price is just trending upwards, and anytime it goes into the supply, it's going into it deeper and deeper. So right, I got this demand zone right here on the 4 hour chart. There was a little bit gap, so I took it. I was like, okay, this was a nice zone. There was not any other zone below it, so this was my zone, and I waited for price to come into it. So as soon as price came into it, I didn't rush into the trade. I went down to the 1 hour chart. I went down to the 1 hour chart to find what a reversal to show that my price was respecting what I wanted to do. So this zone was breaking right here. As you can see, we had this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and higher high. So this higher high broke this lower low right there. Then I drew the sub zone for my entry. It was a nice entry, as you can see. So I had this trade actually was a loss on my side, but it had a potential of 8%, 8.92. The risk to reward ratio was crazy. I would have also passed this trade, this challenge, in one single gold trade. So this is what fear does to you, right? I was in this trade, and when price was hit me on 1-to-1, I started trailing my stop. That was a stupid thing to do. Instead of leaving my trade to run and trusting in my setup, I was rather trailing my stop. So whilst trailing it, price took me out from somewhere here. So price took me out here, and upon a full 24 hour, I think 2 days, we had this huge massive move, and I lost out on all. So I lost on that trade and just made 1%. That was like, I made about $120 out of this trade, which I could have made $800+ to complete my challenge. It was painful, man. Even in this video right now, look into my eyes, it's just painful. But again, I said this week, the previous week has taught me a lot. FOMO, fear of losing the profits you are in, because you are mentally attached to the money. Emotions are good, right? But it's just how you control it. And this is the reason why all these profitable traders say you have to be able to control your emotions. And emotions actually, and psychology actually makes about 80% of trading. It's true. This trade could have made me pass my funded account, but what? Even though I'm emotionally checked, but at times we fail. I mean, we are humans. We are not robots. Some people say trade like robots. No, we are humans, so we tend to do mistakes. All these little mistakes, and this mistake has really cost me. It's all good. Again, I'm learning, right? I'm learning, and it's just a journey. Someday I'll just be like, it all makes sense. So let's go into the third and final trade of the week. So this is the last and final trade, GDP-JPY. As you can see, at this point, price was moving upwards. So I marked that this higher time frame with supply zone. But price failed to reach there. When we go to the 4 hour, you can see we had this resistance, which price have been respecting for a while. You can see 1 2 3. So upon the third one, this is what I did. I knew since price was respecting that, right? So it means it's definitely going to bounce back and come back into it. But the general trend is an uptrend, and the lower lows aren't broken. You can see the higher lows are still in order. I don't use trend line, but this is just something simple to show you guys what I mean. You can see the lows are not being broken, the lows are still intact, right? You can see the lows are still intact. So it's in price isn't going down, but it will respect what a certain area, or I don't know, point of interest or something like that. So I had a zone here which I've cleaned it. So upon price reaching this zone, let's go into the 1 hour so you guys can see it perfectly. Okay, so we had this huge break of structure. Also, we also had a bit of liquidity down there, so I mean it was tapped, but we had this huge break of structure right here, which was perfect to show that so sorry, we have this break of structure. Now this trade is on GDP JPY, right? So after this break of structure, I made sure what I refine my zone toward the 1 hour chart, so I can capitalize on this little short move. I knew it was going to break below this point right here, because it's an uptrending market. So this is like a counter trading method I use right here. So I didn't even look for confirmation, because with counter trend and you just have to focus on the little short move. But luckily price was able to move aggressively, and this was almost a 5% return. But I took my trade out as a bit of I think 3%, yeah, so something like 2%, and the rest was history. So this trade is just me counter trending and making a good use of what price going up and forth. So that was about that's the trades I took, and this trade actually took about a whole 24 hours. I took the trade around Thursday, around Wednesday, and got out like Thursday evening. It's just a crazy trade. So now I'm showing you guys one more trade which could have made me pass this account. This is on USD card. Price failed to tap me in. Look at this, guys. You can see price failed. Look at this, was my alarm. So when price even failed to touch my alarm, and look at this move, man. Look at all this move. The first part was a 6% return. Oh my god, this was so again, I could have passed this challenge easily. I mean, a good trade I could have passed easily. USD card didn't tap me in easy. I mean, I would have been so much, but I saw a journey and I've learned from it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned from it. Subscribe, please. Subscribe, share, like, and comment. Yeah, I'm sorry, my camera is my phone. So I'll catch you guys in the next. Thank you for watching this video. Peace. Catch you in the next.